everyone. Welcome to Room 120 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our classroom this week. Please be sure that you're signing your child's homework contract and completing the fluency homework and leaving both documents in their folder nightly so that I can see that you are doing the homework. Make sure that you have your calendars marked for tomorrow, Monday, November the 11th, as there is no school in observance of Veterans Day. There will be no staff or students in the building tomorrow. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to email me. If I can get to it, I'll be glad to. If not, I'll be glad to answer you on Tuesday morning. Just a reminder that we're in the second week of our November Reading Challenge. So our school is excited to have started the November Reading Challenge last week. So please be sure that you're scanning the QR code. It can be found on Dojo. It can also be found in your child's folder. To document their reading each night. If your child reads 4 nights per week, which will give you 7 days, Monday to Monday, to read at least 4 nights for 30 minutes. They get admission to a fall carnival, and then the more they read, the more tickets they get in order to play more games at the carnival. So just please be sure that you're participating in that. It's such a fun way to, number one, reward reading at home, and then number two, just to like foster a love of reading. That's our ultimate goal, is to help students fall in love with reading and become lifelong readers. So be sure that you're doing the November Reading Challenge, because you don't want to miss out on all the fun in the fall carnival. Tomorrow will count, even though there's no school. If you read tomorrow and document it on the Google form, you will still get the credit for reading tomorrow, even though there's no school. Just a reminder to please sign the report card attestation form if you have not already. Thank you so much to the 10 families that have already done that. So if you're a part of those 10, there's no need to sign it again. Thank you so much for the feedback that you provide in that form as well. It really just gives me some good information of kind of what to do better and where to go forward for the remainder of the school year. Just a reminder, our at-home project, Disguise a Turkey this Thanksgiving and Save Him from Being Eaten, is due on Tuesday. So please be sure that you make some time either this evening or tomorrow on your day off to complete the fun project. You can use just regular materials like coloring materials, crayons, markers, colored pencils, or you can use other forms of media such as paper, fabric, things such as that if you would like to use those things on your turkey as well. Be creative and come up with a fun way to save the turkey this Thanksgiving. Make sure you mark your calendars for Thursday, November the 14th, as 2 big things are happening in the life of our school. The first thing is our Thanksgiving feast for pre-K through 2nd graders. Our time to go to lunch is at 12:25 that day. Please be sure that if you're planning on attending, that you send back the RSVP form to school with your child on Tuesday. And if you are planning on eating, be sure that you include the $5 for just yourself so that you can have lunch with us. You're also more than welcome to bring lunch for your child from another location off campus if you would like. And then if your child is eating at school from the cafeteria, the Thanksgiving meal, or the other option, as always, their lunch is covered for free. So you're paying $5 for yourself to eat, but you are also more than welcome to bring lunch from somewhere else. That evening, Thursday, November the 14th, our PTA is hosting a spirit night at Flip and Fly. And I believe it's the whole afternoon, so like from after school on into the evening until they close. You do have to mention that you're with Castle Hayne for the donation to be made to our school. So please be sure that if you're planning on attending, and I hope that I can see you there because I plan to be there. If you plan on attending, you just let the people at Flip and Fly know that you're there with Castle Hayne so that we get the donation, or our PTA gets the donation. This week, we're excited to celebrate another student as Superhero of the Week, and this week, we're super excited to celebrate Ethan as this week's Superhero of the Week. Ethan this week was caught spreading kindness on the playground during recess to other students. Ethan is always playing with new friends, and he is making sure that everyone has someone that they can play with and feels that they are welcome on our playground and in our school. So way to go, Ethan. He is a great example of spreading kindness in our classroom, but especially at recess. So we're super excited to celebrate Ethan this week as the Superhero of the Week. Up next is Looking Ahead, where you will hear all the things that are happening in the future of our school and in our classroom. This is going to be super quick. The only thing for looking ahead this week is Thanksgiving break. So please be sure that you have on your calendars November the 27th through the 29th, that is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that students will be off school for Thanksgiving break. The school will be closed for staff and students on Thursday and Friday, the 28th and 29th. Some staff will be working on November the 27th. I will be, so if you need anything on that day, just reach out to me and I'll be glad to help in any way that I can. Up next is Curriculum Corner, where you will hear all the things that are happening all the standards and skills that are going to be taught in our classroom this week. So we're going to start the Curriculum Corner segment of Room 120 News with an attendance fact for you. So every week we're going to give a different fact about attendance and absenteeism and some of the effects that it has when your child is chronically absent. So a fact for you is that students who are regularly absent might be avoiding the classroom due to academic difficulties and challenges that they experience at school. And that's why it's super important for us to keep a good relationship, a good partnership between the teacher and the parents, so that if you ever find out that your child is not wanting to come to school because of struggling in academics or another thing is happening to them, we can communicate and find best resources for them to get them help in their academics and also solve any other problems that they may be having at school. The last thing that we want is for a child to not be coming to school due to a crutch in their academics or in their social life at school. So just be aware and be in communication with me if you hear anything that is keeping your child from wanting to come to school. In Eureka Math, we are continuing with Unit 2 of Eureka, our Eureka Math curriculum, and the first part of Unit 2 focuses on different addition strategies. So students last week learned about adding like units and compensation. And so this week we're going to continue learning different strategies to help students be able to add larger numbers together. Bear with us through this time, because the way that even I learned how to add is definitely not the way that it's taught now. So the homework book and the homework helper on the first couple pages of each lesson is really going to help you best understand how to help your child through this process. We don't learn the standard algorithm for addition until the very end. So we really want students practicing the ways that we are learning in the classroom. So I would ask that you please refrain from showing them just a standard algorithm of like carry the 1 or carry the 2 to the next place, because that will come, but it's not until the end, middle to end of the module. In Foundations, this week we're continuing with Unit 6, which focuses on vowel E syllables. So students will be learning that when you add the letter E or a silent E to the end of a word, that it changes the vowel sound from being short until long, or not until long, to being long. So students will be practicing reading, writing, and marking those words this week in class. And we ask that you continue to work on the at-home support packet that should have come home last week with your child, but I totally forgot to send it home. So it will be coming home with your child on Tuesday, and you have some time to be studying that, because the test is not until the following week. So just this week, be practicing that at-home support with vowel E syllables. In reading, we're moving away from fiction standards that we've been for a couple of weeks, and we're moving back into nonfiction standards. And this week, we're going to be exploring some texts and learning about nonfiction text features. So students will be learning about diagrams, bold words, italics, glossary, table of contents, and things such as that nonfiction texts have that help the reader. This week, we will be continuing with our social studies standards in an integration way in reading, and we'll be focusing on the 3 branches of our government in addition to our local and state government levels and who those leaders are and what their jobs are. So we're super excited to kind of come off of this little unit that we did this past week on the election process and then talk about the jobs of the people that are running an election. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Room 120 News. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 120 News.